Feminism is a lie. It's the biggest lie that anyone has ever been sold, and it's also the root of so many evils and ills in our society. It told women that their job as a wife or mother was not enough, that they were never gonna be fulfilled, and it forced them into the workforce. It also told them that, men are evil, men are awful, that children are a burden, and that their best case scenario was to go become a girl boss, a boss babe, and make money and go on that vacation to Tulum and pay for the spa day and, like, I don't know, a pair of Louboutins, a facial, whatever. And don't get me wrong, I like those things. But feminism has broken an entire generation, if not two, of women. And now you see the statistics show that married women with children are actually the happiest by far. And we have all these women who are alone and single and sad and are adopting dogs and cats or something, I don't know, maybe a parakeet in an attempt to try to find happiness where they've given it up in the pursuit of a feminist, ideology of a life.
One of the numbers that I found really problematic was the percentage of children born to unmarried mothers in the 50s was about 4%. That's according to the CDC. But today it's closer to 40%. So, what are the consequences of being raised outside this traditional familial framework?
The consequences are horrific. First of all, you have a much higher percentage of children that are raised in a home, especially if there's a home without the father. They're going to less likely chance of them graduating high school, less likely chance of them going to college, a much higher chance of being abused physically, sexually, verbally, or mentally. And then we know this trickles into a life of crime. They have higher chances of becoming criminals, of becoming imprisoned, of becoming members of gangs, and of living a life that is really just the worst in every possible way. And what's really interesting is that you can trace this back to we know that if a parent is present in their child's life, if a child has a two-parent home, the chances of them having normal literacy rates and being properly educated is much higher. So if you enter into the equation a single parent home, especially one that doesn't have a father, their literacy rates are already going to be lower than the average, which means, as we know, most prisons that are run by states can predict how many prison beds they're going to need in the next decade based on the literacy rates of elementary school students in their
Wow.
state.
Wow.
So this is all connected.